Ever been in that room where silence is deafening, echoing every doubt and failure?
The mirror only shows worry, not a fighter. Just the weight of every setback.
The silence grows, drowning out your dreams, making you believe this is the end.
On your knees, not in prayer, but surrender. Rock bottom feels the same for everyone.
But then, a flicker, a rebellious thought. What if this isn't the end, but a beginning? The universe cracks a joke, and just as darkness closes in, the punchline arrives. At your lowest, life interrupts, split-screen style.
On one side, you're lost in despair. On the other, you're laughing, dancing, surviving.
Both are real. You're not just one thing, you're the scream and the laugh.
You can focus on pain, or turn to the side that remembers joy.
Life's punchline? You're all of it. And today, you get to choose which side to play. Time to laugh back and rewrite your story. Welcome to the courtroom of your mind, where your inner critic finally faces justice.
The judge is a sassy grandma, the gavel a greasy chicken leg, the prosecutor a shadowy cliché machine.
Today, we're not just confronting negativity, we're putting it on trial and laughing it out of power.
The voice of doom is cross-examined, its authority stripped, its monologues interrupted.
The judge leans in, chicken leg in hand. Don't you dare tell this child they can't handle a little turbulence. Let the case begin.
The prosecution presents your failures as proof you'll never be enough.
Objection, hearsay.
The judge, unimpressed, tells the prosecution to get to the point.
The critic shows your stumbles, calling them a pattern of incompetence.
The defense rewinds the footage, shows laughter after disaster, resilience after rejection. These aren't failures, they're lessons, proof you get back up every time.
The real evidence? You've survived every worst day. The jury, your old critics, now see your resilience.
The inner critic sputters, but its case has crumbled.
The judge declares, life isn't about never falling, it's about getting up and laughing at yourself. The only thing stopping you is you, pretending to be the world. That critic, just fear in disguise. Verdict, inner critic, guilty. Sentence, ignore it. Go live, make mistakes, try again. You got this, baby, case dismissed.
The courtroom fades, leaving you with one truth. You are your own greatest advocate. The courtroom comedy's over. Now step into the grand arena of your mind. Forget fluffy quotes. This is the real fight. Doubt versus your brain. Doubt's loud, intimidating, and always ready to rumble. But your brain? It's got a secret weapon. Imagination. It can't tell real from imagined success. So rig the fight. Choose to believe. That's your superpower. Doubt lands jab after jab, using the same old neural pathways you've built over years of negative self-talk. But your brain has an ace up its sleeve, neuroplasticity.
You can rewire your mind. Every time you challenge doubt, you lay down a new path, one that leads to resilience and action.
You're not just fighting doubt, you're making your brain a place where doubt can no longer thrive. Doubt tries to keep you stuck by making goals feel impossible, but you're smarter now. Use the dopamine jab. Break big goals into tiny steps. Write one sentence. Send one email. Walk to the end of the driveway. Celebrate each tiny win. Pop, a burst of dopamine. That's how you build momentum. In the final round, doubt waits for your mood to falter. But champions don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits. Habits keep you moving, rain or shine, no matter how you feel. Like brushing your teeth, you just do it, automatically. That's how doubt is finally knocked out. The crowd goes wild. This is it, the meltdown moment. All the science, all the self-talk, gone. You've been fighting so hard, but something breaks. The weight is too much. Doubt returns, whispering, "See? I told you." You believe it. This feels like the end. Hold on, pause the scene. Can we just appreciate the drama? Cue the tears, the slow zoom, the orchestra swelling. We've all been the star of this movie, overwhelmed, lost in the role. But what if this isn't the end? Maybe it's just a comma. Time for a plot twist. Just as the violins reach their heart-wrenching crescendo, something shifts. The music screeches to a halt. The person on the floor, lost in despair, suddenly stops crying. A spark of stubbornness flickers. They rise, brush off the dust, and smirk in defiance. The meltdown wasn't the end, it was the intermission. You've gotten up off the floor. The doubt lingers, but this is your moment to remix the story. What if, instead of fearing failure, you ask, "What if I fly?" Channel your energy into picturing success. Flip the script, let possibility drive, and let your comeback be the highlight reel.
Okay, let's spin the first track.
A young chef, full of ambition, faces failure in a busy kitchen. Their dish is ruined, humiliation burns. But they don't quit. Years later, that failure becomes their greatest triumph.
Let's drop the next beat.
A singer faces a harsh crowd, voice trembling. But they return again and again until the world sings along.
Let's play the final track of this remix. This is the soundtrack to your comeback. Every scar is a story. My pain is my power. Showing up, even when you feel broken, is what matters. Without the breakdown, there is no breakthrough. You are the DJ of your own mind. Drop the beat, start dancing to your new song.
We've heard the stories. The chef who burned the dish, the singer who got laughed off stage, the parent who broke down in the bathroom. We see their after pictures and we feel inspired. We think, wow, good for them. What an incredible journey. We admire their strength and celebrate their success from a safe distance. We see them as heroes in a movie, as characters in a motivational tale. But we make a crucial mistake in the process. We see their story as something separate from our own. We see them as the exception, not the rule.
Here's the thing you need to understand. Before they became the after picture, they were the before. They were you. They were on the floor. They were convinced they were done. They were drowning in the same sea of doubt and despair that you might be feeling right now. There was no guarantee of a happy ending. There was no film crew documenting their struggle for an inspirational montage. There was just a person, alone with their pain, who had to make a choice. The same choice you have to make. The choice to believe in a what if that felt impossible at the time.
So, what if you are the next story in the remix? What if the very thing you are going through right now, this meltdown, this failure, this moment of rock bottom, isn't the end? What if this is just your before picture? What if this is the gritty, unglamorous, but absolutely essential first act of your own comeback story?
10 years from now, 5 years from now, maybe even 1 year from now, you could be looking back on this exact moment, not with shame, but with gratitude. You could be the person telling the story of how you almost gave up, but didn't.
Stop waiting for the motivation to feel real. Stop waiting for a sign from the universe. The sign is the breath in your lungs. The motivation is the choice you make in this moment.
You have all the ingredients. You have the pain, you have the desire, you have the flicker of stubbornness that told you to get up off the floor. Now it's time to start cooking. It's time to start singing. It's time to start showing up. Your future self, the one who owns the restaurant or commands the stage, is depending on the decision you make today. They are whispering back through time, telling you, please don't quit. You have no idea what's waiting for you.
All right, you've survived the meltdown and remixed your what-ifs. You're feeling a little stronger, a little more defiant. But let's be honest, that deep well of motivation can run dry pretty fast. Some days you just need a quick top-up. You need someone to give you a reality check, but maybe with a side of humor. So, what if there was a service for that? Let's imagine a world where, instead of doom scrolling, you could dial a number for an emergency dose of perspective. Welcome to the Motivation Hotline, a 24/7 service for the creatively stuck, the professionally paralyzed, and the profoundly uninspired. It's time for another comedy skit.
Thanks for calling 1-800-MOTIVATE. How can I help you not give up today?
Hello? Yes, I need help. I was supposed to finish my novel this month, but instead, I've spent the last 3 weeks watching a documentary series about competitive cheese rolling.
Okay, competitive cheese rolling, got it. Did you at least learn anything?
Well, I learned that the double Gloucester cheese wheel is the fastest down the hill.
Right, so that's not a failure, that's research. You're just expanding your creative horizons. Now go write one sentence about cheese, then call back.
This isn't your typical helpline offering gentle reassurances. This is a place for tough love, for absurd observations, and for cutting through the dramatic stories we tell ourselves.
Gus speaking, what's the emergency?
I ate an entire chocolate cake for breakfast.
An entire cake, was it good?
It was delicious.
Congratulations, you started your day with a victory. Now go for a walk, you've earned it.
This is the Motivation Hotline, where every problem is met with an unexpected and strangely effective dose of reality. The calls keep flooding in, each one a miniature portrait of human procrastination and self-sabotage, painted with a comedic brush.
Namaste. You've reached the Motivation Hotline. Breathe in possibility. Breathe out, whatever your problem is.
I'm ghosting my own dreams. I have a business plan. I have investors waiting. But every time I sit down to make the final call, I just re-alphabetize my spice rack instead. I did it twice today. Who even needs cumin to come before dill?
Ah, the spice rack. A classic sanctuary for the terrified.
It's so stupid. I'm a grown man hiding from my future behind a jar of paprika.
Your spirit is not hiding, it is tiding. It is seeking order in a small space because it is preparing to create order in a large one. Your desire to alphabetize is a sign that you crave structure for your success. Now, go make that call. You can rearrange your oregano later. The universe and your investors are waiting for you to be spicy. Thank you for calling 1-800-MOTIVATE. Please listen carefully as our options have recently changed. Press 1 if you've eaten a whole cake today. Press 2 if you're ghosting your own dreams. Press 3 if your to-do list is now old enough to vote.
I told everyone I was running a 5K, but I've only made it to the couch. The race is tomorrow. What do I do?
Okay, so you didn't train. Did you buy a cool outfit for the race?
Yes, it's actually really cute.
Perfect. So here's the plan. You're not a runner, you're a professional supporter. Go to the race in your cool outfit, hold up a funny sign, and cheer for the strangers. You still showed up. You're participating in the event, just in a different category. Moral support champion. It's less sweaty and you can go for brunch sooner. You didn't fail, you just redefined your role.
As the skit continues, we see that beneath the humor and the sassy comebacks, the operators are delivering profound truths. They are not just solving problems, they are reframing them.
Let me ask you something, kid. When a builder is framing a house, how many nails does he hit crooked before he gets it right? A ton. He doesn't cry about each bent nail. He doesn't decide he's a terrible builder. He just tosses it aside and grabs another one. That rejection letter, that's a bent nail. It's not a judgment on your soul. It just means you haven't found the right piece of wood yet. Your job isn't to worry about the bent nails. Your job is to keep swinging the hammer. Now get back to it.
I failed. I tried to balance work and my kids and my own health, and I dropped all the balls. I feel like a complete failure.
Ma'am, you did not fail. You just paused to breathe. You didn't drop the balls. You set them down gently because you realized you are not a professional juggler. You are a human being.
The woman on the phone is silent, letting the words sink in.
A human being cannot do everything at once, but a human being can do one thing and then the next, and then the next. You have not failed. You have simply discovered your current limit, which is a beautiful piece of self-awareness. The only thing you need to do right now is pick up one ball, just one. The one that feels lightest. The rest can wait. You are not failing. You are simply regrouping.
The skit ends there, leaving us with the echo of that final, powerful truth bomb. You're not broken, you're just human. Let's turn down the noise for a moment. Look outside, not at your phone, but at the world. The sun keeps rising, life keeps moving, and so do you. This isn't the end. It's the build-up. The best part is yet to come. Real strength isn't about never falling or always winning. It's the quiet courage to keep going, to wake up and face another day, even when it's hard. You are still here. That's the noble art, persistence, resilience, and the simple act of not giving up. Let that sink in. The fact that you're still here, breathing this air, means there's more. More to learn, more to heal, more to give, more to become. You are not a finished product. You are a process of becoming. Don't walk out before the best part. So here we are, back where we started, in a quiet room on your knees. It looks familiar, doesn't it? This is the pose of surrender, the posture of defeat we met in the very beginning. The lighting might even be the same. For a moment, it feels like nothing has changed, like you've just gone in a huge, exhausting circle, only to end up right back on the cold, hard floor. The inner critic you roasted might be whispering again. The doubt you boxed might be stirring. The memory of the meltdown might feel fresh. It's easy to look at this scene and think, I failed, I tried, and I still ended up back here. But look closer. Something is different this time. It's subtle, but it's everything. Before, your head was down, crushed by the weight of worry. Now your head is up, your eyes are open. Before, the silence was a roaring enemy, filled with the noise of your failures. Now, the silence is just quiet. It's an empty space, a blank page, a moment of peace before the next move. You're not surrendering this time. You're gathering yourself. You're not admitting defeat. You're taking a strategic pause. This isn't a fall, it's a crouch. You're on the floor not because you were pushed down, but because you are preparing to spring up. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. It's in the dark. It's under pressure. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. There's no visible progress, no sign of life. No one stands over a patch of dirt and claps for the seed that is just sitting there, hidden from view. No one celebrates the silent, unseen struggle happening beneath the surface. The world only pays attention to the flower, the fruit, the tall, strong tree. But all the magic, all the real work happens in that quiet, lonely darkness. The seed has to break itself open to grow.
You, on your knees, are that seed. This period of struggle, of feeling buried and unseen, is not your final state. It is your germination. All the pain, the lessons, the meltdowns, and the comebacks, they have been breaking you open, not to destroy you, but to allow something new to emerge. You have been gathering the nutrients you need from the darkness. You've been building a foundation that no one else can see.
People don't clap for the seed in the soil, but just wait. Wait until they see what grows from this. Wait until they see you rise. The music builds, not a sudden explosion, but a quiet hum from within. It's the sound of your own resilience. You take a deep, deliberate breath, feeling strength fill your core. This is your moment of choice. Now, all that's left is to act. You push off the ground, rising slowly, every inch of victory. You roll your shoulders back, lift your chin. You are not the same person who fell. You breathe out, letting go. You are here. You are ready. The rise is complete. So what's the big secret? What is the final, ultimate truth about motivation? After all this, you might be expecting a profound, life-altering sentence that will solve all your problems forever. But the truth is much simpler and much more attainable than that.
Motivation isn't about screaming affirmations at the top of your lungs until you're hoarse. It's not about finding some magical, infinite well of willpower. It's about whispering to yourself in the middle of the mess, in the quiet of the night, when no one else is around to hear it. One simple phrase. Try again. That's it. That's the whole game. It's It's about giving yourself the grace to be imperfect.
So here's the final instruction, the call to action for the rest of your life.
First, you must laugh. Laugh at the absurdity of it all. Laugh at your failures because they are just ridiculous stories you'll tell one day. Laugh at your inner critic when it gets all dramatic and self-important. Laughter robs your demons of their power. It shines a light into the dark corners of your mind and reminds you not to take yourself or your stumbles so seriously. A life without laughter is a life lived in fear.
Second, you must learn. Every experience, especially the painful ones, is a masterclass in disguise. Your job is to be a student of your own life. Learn from your mistakes so you don't have to keep repeating them. Learn what makes you tick, what drains your energy, and what sets your soul on fire. Learn that your feelings are valid, but they are not the truth. Learn that habits are more reliable than moods. See every single day as a chance to gather more data, to become a little bit wiser, a little bit more aware. A life without learning is a life lived on a loop.
And finally, with the lightness of laughter and the wisdom of learning as your guides, you must rise. Rise like you never fell. Rise with the knowledge that you have been to the bottom and you know the way back. Rise for yourself, for the people you love, and for the person you are still becoming. Rise because the world needs your unique story, your unique gifts, and your unique strength. Your journey is not over. In fact, it's just beginning.
Laugh at your failures, learn from them, then rise. And if this moved you, don't just sit with it. Get up and move with it. Let's rise together. If you found inspiration here, take action. Subscribe for more, share this journey with someone who needs it, and most importantly, step boldly into your own story. Your next chapter starts now.